Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? This is Traveling Merchant playing another game of Overwatch. I hope you guys are having a fantastic, amazing, and chocolate-covered day. So, we are at Volskaya Industries. We are on the defense, and this is the match where basically I am playing Mercy this whole entire time because nobody else will be the healer. But that's okay. This gives me an opportunity to just basically fly around, have a good time, and keep everybody alive. So I want to go ahead and start off by just thanking you guys very much for coming in, watching the videos, getting acquainted with basically with what I've got here. As you know, I am still new to the whole getting to do videos and actually being good at it. And as I said before in other videos, I've been wanting to do some video editing. And this is actually the first time I'm actually doing some video editing. For example, one of the things you might notice is that I'm actually doing a lot more talking compared to other videos in the past. The reason this is important is because basically I get easily distracted when I play games. I mean, let's be honest here. When it comes to being multitasking, I am just not that good at it. So, because a lot of times around this point, I would just be starting to trail off, not talking as much, and next thing you know, you guys are basically just watching me play and there's no commentary to go with it. Now, some people enjoy that, which, not a problem with that, but for my case, I think you guys might want to actually hear a little bit more of what I'm thinking behind the scenes. So, starting off with, I'm actually, at this point, I'm just bouncing back and forth, trying to keep everybody alive. We are holding up the first point, not a lot is happening, and I'm actually doing a pretty good job of keeping myself alive. Well, okay. I stand corrected. I mean, I'll be honest, that was actually a really bad move. Like, I mean, look at this. I was like, ha da 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 da, and I'm dead. So that was not exactly the best maneuver, but hey, whatever. So, as you can see, we're not doing exactly all that great holding the first point, but we are still at it. We're still doing pretty good. And one thing, by the way, I love about Mercy is that basically I'm able to fly around just super easily, and I love the fact that she's able to just do the thing. I gotta say, I must be like one of the most top-notch players of all time, right? Yeah, top-notch. But anyway, one of the things I've been actually working on a lot, and like I said, you're starting to see, you're gonna probably see a few more graphics things throughout this video. But I managed to actually go ahead and come across a program called Movie Studio Platinum. I'm currently got the trial downloaded, giving it a shot, because I figure if I'm going to be spending $70, $80, $90, I want to make sure that I get a product that I actually plan to use, that I actually plan to keep, that I plan to invest in. So right now this is kind of basically me doing sort of a trial, but at the same time giving you guys access to, I guess in a way, my finding, but at the same time seeing me heal up like crazy. Yeah, I mean, you don't really see me doing any damage this entire game. All I'm doing is dodging dragons and healing and trying to stay out of the way of people. Speaking of which, I don't know if I think I've given a little bit of what I think about Overwatch, but I haven't really done like an overall, like, what do I think, like how do I grade this game. Because one of the things I want to do down the road is I want to actually play a bunch of Steam games and give you guys my personal opinion on each game that you can find on Steam. So now, granted, this is not a game that's on Steam. This is Overwatch by Blizzard, but I figure why not go ahead and start giving some personal opinion of at least this game to start off with. So my original thought was when Overwatch was first being introduced and whatnot, I wasn't really planning on getting into the game. I wasn't really planning on buying it. I mean, it looked good and all, but it just did not really strike my fancy, I guess you could say. But it wasn't until the beta that I actually went ahead and gave this game a chance. I mean, let's put it this way. When you're given an open beta, I mean, why not play, right? So a couple weeks ago, I think like 3 or 4 weeks from today, it was like early May, anyway, that I was like, okay, it's an open beta, let's give it a shot, because I got a lot of people like Grom and Sweepy, as you guys have seen in my other videos, that love to play this game. and they've talked highly about it. They spoke that it was such a great, amazing game, and they recommended it. So I went ahead and gave it a shot as well. So I went ahead, started playing it, and I'll be honest, the first 2-3 matches, I was in love. This was definitely a game that I feel like I can really sink myself into, because this is a game that has a lot of flavor. This game has a lot of it's just not your regular shooter game. I mean, granted, sometimes you end up in a pretty bad spot and you just die, but for the most part, the game is always constantly active. There's a good variety of characters, there's different roles. I mean, and not to mention, there are sometimes you're going to be playing 6 Bastions and totally trolling the living crap out of other players, which that's amazing. That's actually a lot of fun. Anyway, so the gameplay itself is really easy to play. I mean, there's only a few buttons, and for the record, I'm talking in a PC fashion. But this game is, for the PC, it's not bad. It's easy. You just use the keys, you move around, similar to the controls of World of Warcraft. The only difference is that you have a few different buttons instead of pressing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're basically running around like your regular first-person shooter. You've got different guns, got different abilities depending on which character you have. And each character has a different role. You have attack, defense, support, and tank. Tanks obviously soak up the damage. Supports heal up. You have the defense character, which obviously is great when you're playing defensive roles like what we're doing here, trying to defend 1 point. And then you've got attack, which offense characters, which are more for the attack. But I mean, the lore behind the characters is amazing. I mean, they have all the little videos. I mean, there's really not much that cannot be said about the game. Like this game, like Overwatch has actually done a phenomenal job in actually living up to the hype. It's funny, I had a few friends of mine debating whether this game was overrated or underrated. Honestly, I feel like this game is just about right when it comes to the popularity. I think this game actually holds up quite well. I think there's a few people that give it like a 7.5 out of 10. I feel like that's too low. I think this game deserves something along the lines of 8.5 or 9, maybe even 9.5 out of 10. 10 out of 10 is something I don't know if I can give to, but this is definitely a solid game. For those who are questioning whether you should get the game, I highly recommend it. And if you're a PC gamer, great, get the game. If you're playing Xbone, get the game. If you're playing the PS4, get the game. If you're playing with a Wii U, go find a system or get your PC and go play the game. I'm sorry, as far as I'm aware, I don't think the Wii U plays it. Either way, the Wii U is still a good system. So as you can see here, we are holding the line pretty well. We're fortifying ourselves really well despite the fact that the pressure is on. And with only 3 minutes and 10 seconds left, it looks like the game will be in our favor. And of course I have my ultimate up. There's another dragon. Teammate is down. I bring him back up. One of my favorite things about Mercy is that her ultimate comes through really frequently because of all the healing. And when her ultimate comes up, that means I get to bring back the team. It's great to, especially when you're on defense. So as you can see, not really a lot of pressure happening at this moment. He just kind of picked some weird spots to be at. So now the pressure's on. There's a lot more damage. I'm trying to heal past it while trying to keep myself awake and alive. So as you guys are probably kind of hearing as we're doing this, once again, I'm doing a lot more talking this time. And I think this is actually probably the preferred method I'm going to go with. I'll be honest, I actually enjoyed playing a lot of I mean, for the most part, I think there's going to be a handful of League of Legends games where I'm actually going to be talking as I play, but I think that's going to be usually left for when I'm doing bigger multiplayer and everybody's on chat, just because, simply put, there's a lot of people that are going to be playing with me, and there's a lot of talking as it is. But when it comes to things like this, like Overwatch, and especially when I get into the single-player games, I'm going to be basically watching the video, going back, doing the commentary, and going from there. I'm hoping that this will provide a better quality of talking, a lot more entertaining. And if you guys have if you guys disagree or you guys agree, or if you guys just want to talk, I am, please by all means go ahead and post, respond. I'm going to be listening, I'm going to be watching, and I'm more than happy to respond back to what you guys say on YouTube. So I think, yeah. So so as you can see, definitely the pressure's on here. Everybody's coming in. I make the dumb mistake in jumping right down at where the ultimate is, and I had 88%. And I'm not sure if I recall, but I think this bad move was the thing that actually ended the game. So I mean, look at this. We have about 45 seconds. Yeah, that was it. So unfortunately, a bad move on my part. If I stayed put just a little bit longer, could have ulted, brought everybody back up, might have been able to fend off for another minute. But hey, you know what? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Something that I kind of say pretty frequently. And look at this. And I'm dead. Anyway, guys, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like the video, share the video. Make sure you guys do all the awesome things. I appreciate you guys once again for coming in and watching these videos. Until next time, you guys have a great day. Cue the logo.